authors, and there's a number of those folks in the room right now. So what advice would you give to them?
Without any hesitation on that particular question, I will say if you're married, your first responsibility is to make certain you always maintain the advantage you have at home, courting your mate, making decisions together, never worrying, and don't let the children ever hear you say anything ugly to each other. Because I never will forget one time, Tom and I, he's the only son we had.
I'm the favorite son.
I asked him one time, I said, son, if somebody were to ask you what you liked the best about your dad, what would you say? Without hesitation, he said, I'd say, the thing I'd say I like best about my dad is he loves my mom. I said, son, why would you say that? Without hesitation, he said, I'd say that because I know you love Mom, and I know Mom loves you. And I know I will never have to choose between living with you or living with Mom. Now, I had no way of knowing that that very week, one of his closest friends' parents had filed for divorce. I said, son, let me tell you something. You will never hear those words come out of your mother's mouth. You will never hear those words coming out of your father's mouth, because we are committed to each other until God calls us home. I believe when the children see Mom and Dad, if you have children, and they're not getting along, you can count on it. They start worrying about it. I hope they solve this. Well, I got to tell you, when I married this young lady, September 15th, 1944, 9:08 p.m., YWCA, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have never worried about my home court. We talk about everything. She was the 5th smartest in a class of 400, as I might already have said. I was in the part of the class that made the top half possible. Now that's funny, but it's not a joke. It's so I believe with all my heart, I want to say this, I believe with all my heart that divorce would go down dramatically if husbands, I blame husbands mostly for this, because, you know, most women, once they get married, they want to stay that way. But a lot of times, husbands don't continue the courtship. I start every day, and she's here on the stage, and if you want to ask her about it, I think I know what she'll say. She knows that I'm going to start every day telling her how pretty she is, how much I love her, and how important she is to me. I believe that husband and wife courting each other after they get married as avidly as a man courted before the marriage, divorce would go down